following is a production of Dirty Mo Media. Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode here in the Arby's studio for the Dale Jr. Download. TJ's with us. Everybody's in the room. This episode is presented by Arby's. Don't forget about Arby's new Meat in 3 box. You get more meal for your money at Arby's. We have the meats. Let's get started. We got Elijah, Travis, James, also in the room.
Full house.
Full house. I like it. You know, we need another camera on the show, and we need this on Bless Your Heart as well, because we'll talk to you guys, and I need a camera that pops y'all on screen. Maybe even it's just like a small bubble camera up in the corner that just kind of
gets everything,
throws the whole room.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really need detail exactly who. I don't need to know if you got any nose hair sticking out, but I just need you on the screen.
Because you say we got Elijah and nobody
Nobody
knows.
has seen him.
Plus it gives him some accountability.
Yeah. I also got some renovations I've been begging Mike Davis to make. I want him to take all the glass out of the booth, take the door out of the booth and everything, and just bring y'all into the room. Like, there's no reason to have that sealed off.
Yeah, because it's not like it's soundproof glass. So we really can't. Yeah.
We just never did take the glass out because we used to record in that room. But especially for Bless Your Heart, when I'm sitting over there and Amy and me do a lot of interacting with you, Travis, during the show, we need to take that glass out. Get it out of here.
That glass is tired of looking at
Anyways,
Travis.
I'm only saying this on the show because usually if I say it on the show, then happens.
Yeah.
Starts happening. How you been, buddy?
I've been good.
Yeah.
That's it? Back from Loudon. A little rainy.
Yep. You went to Loudon. Rainy?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. Nice to go up there and put all my stuff on in the
rain.
Never
rains up there.
No, never. I think there in Dover probably have some of the highest Monday races, or I don't know, Michigan's pretty
damp
too. Yeah. I'm glad the rain tire situation I'm sure we'll talk about, but
you said you went to a card shop?
I did.
Where was
after the in Manchester.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Quinn's.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, it was good. They had a lot of stuff.
Okay.
A lot of Patriots cards.
Yep.
A lot of old baseball cards and stuff too. Yeah, a lot of everything.
I went to the GameStop in Mooresville, got some cards the other day.
There is I
was going to put this on social media, but I'm going to ask it here. I bought hanger packs. Like, I don't usually buy hanger packs.
Yeah.
I usually get a box, but I bought hanger packs and my cards were damaged. It was if somebody was messing with the hanger pack trying to figure out whether one of them thick cards was in there.
Yeah.
Because guys,
or a patch card.
Yep. Guys will go into stores and mess and grab the hanger packs and field them to see if they can kind of tell whether there's a
because you can
overly large or thick card. Because one card in each hanger pack was damaged on the very bottom in the very center of the card, like a thumb had shoved the card up and bent it. It was.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I was like, man, this is intentional, whatever this was, because it was 2 packs, same issue.
That's annoying.
The top card in the pack. Yeah. I've not done this enough to know, like, if I saw that, I was like, oh, it's damaged in shipping or something. Somehow it got damaged. Maybe it did. Maybe it was just a simple, got banged around in shipping. But I think I have seen some people that are expert collectors could say, oh, that's a common thing that happens with people start messing with the cards.
Yeah, I mean, you see it more and more. People are trying to find ways to get an edge.
I saw on social media this guy was getting filmed. He was at like a Dick's or a.
I saw the same thing.
Yeah, he was he was messing with all of the cards, the hanger packs, and the guy's filming him, going, "Man, why are you doing this?" He's like, "Leave me alone. Stop filming me." Well, he was trying to find if there was like a thick card in the hanger pack that would be a giveaway that it had a good value. And interesting. But anyhow, we have a lot of I have a lot of boxes of old racing racing cards. We're going to go for another pack of high heat, TJ.
Yeah, those were cool last week.
I like to open these because we may have our next Wednesday guest in one of these packs. We just haven't thought of
that's actually
to have
a good
on the
idea.
show. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's
remember last week I got that cool pilot.
You got Mike Collier, who is the pilot for my dad. You got his card, which I would, if I got a pilot card in a pack today, I'd be pissed. But no disrespect to the pilots.
Sorry, Joey.
Sorry, Joey.
Yeah. All these cards are stuck together.
They are.
Whoa, we got a Joe Nemechek.
This is the best one.
What'd you get? Oh, you got Kelly. Dude.
I know.
Yeah, man.
I'm going right up there and getting her to sign it.
Dude. You got Kelly also.
Can we send TJ up there right now with Elijah?
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Kelly, I need you to sign this. Can I get a camera? Is it worth more if they film the signing? I mean,
I got a Rockingham.
oh, these are stuck.
I know. I got a Rockingham race winner. So, like, whoever won that race, they're on the card. It's Rusty
Yeah, I think
Wallace.
that's cool.
I don't like those.
You don't? I think they're
No.
kind of neat.
They're less value than the actual Rusty Wallace base card itself. So, like, when you get something, it's like the team card.
To me, though, if a kid was collecting these, he went to that race and got that card, it'd be kind of cool.
That's one niche that liked the card of all the people in the world. Chris Hussey. He's crew chief for, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, Bobby
I think
Labonte.
it's
Hussey. They were teamed up in the past for the Busch Grand National Championship with Bobby Labonte. And he was a crew chief for Bobby, I guess, in his first season with Bill Davis. Hank Jones.
Nice.
Hank Jones, a crew member. He's president of Sports Image, the official licensing company for Dale Earnhardt RCR, Goodwrench. Eventually, I think all of the race teams were under that banner of Sports Image. Richard Jackson, car owner for him and his brother Leo were car owners for Rick Mass, Terry Labonte, and Jimmy Hensley. We've talked about having Jimmy on the show. I saw Jimmy over at Dirt Track. Jimmy driving the number 55 Petron Plus Ford, pink and black and yellow.
I've got a
Pretty interesting.
pretty standard pack, I think.
So, all right. Out of my pack, I would say Jimmy Hensley would be the preferred guest.
You've
about
had
you?
one or two of mine already.
Go ahead.
I got Kelly, Butch Mock, Jimmy Spencer. You've had
Mm-hmm.
Derek Cope.
Yeah.
Hut Strickland
Oh, yeah.
and Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace. There
So,
you go. Man, pretty good pack for you there, brother.
Not bad. Yeah.
All right, so let's start the show. The Dirty Air Open segment is brought to you by our friends at Bass Pro Shop. The Fall Hunting Classic is happening now. That's a sale that they have
Big sale.
this time of year. Great deals on hunting gear, apparel, equipment, and more. Visit a Bass Pro Shops today, America's best outdoor retailer. I went to the one in Concord, got a new bow. I just got my dates locked in October to go hunting with my friend Martin Trex Jr., my brother-in-law, LW. I'm going to try to take Sean. Y'all know Sean Brawley.
Sleeveless. Remember the picture you took with Sean?
Oh, yeah. Man. So me and Sean went to have dinner with Cletus, and we went to Epic, which is a nice steakhouse, and we had a lot of fun with this. So we show up, and I took Sean because Sean loves drag racing, Cletus drag racing, all that. I thought they'd have fun talking. They did. Talked a lot about drag racing. And so Cletus shows up in a T-shirt with his posse in their T-shirt and cut-off shorts and shit. And I was just laughing at that. Talked about it on our show a little bit. And then Cletus posted some photos on AI, using AI on social media of me and – actually, he posted a photo of them – or he sent me a photo of them wearing suits. And when he showed up for dinner, he goes, man, we were going to wear suits. We thought about wearing suits. And I was like, that'd have been hilarious.
It would have been.
So he sends me this AI image of him in suits. And I said, dude, you got to take mine and Sean's sleeves off.
Good
And so
idea.
then he made that
Yeah.
photo and posted it online. We had a lot of fun with
Yeah, it
that.
was good.
So a lot to talk about for this weekend. Obviously, a pretty good race. I thought the race at New Hampshire Sunday was compelling. They started on wet weather tires, which I'm so glad that we're at this place in the sport where we can actually do that. It was not a lot of fun whether you were a kid going to the track or whether you were racing in the cars or whether you're a broadcaster and you wake up in the morning and it's wet.
Mm-hmm.
And the radar says that it ain't going to get much better because you're going to have to wait that out. may end up having to stay the night and racing the next day. It just really sucked. And you always got great plans on Monday when it rains out the Sunday race. It's never when you have nothing going on Monday. You always got some trip you're taking or some shit, and you can't freaking leave when you're wanting to because now you got to be at the racetrack. So, anyways, I turn on the TV. I missed the Carson Hocevar spin out on the pace laps, but I turned on the TV and they're going green. And I'm like, holy shit, it's wet. And I'm watching Denny trying to get going. Remember him on the front straightaway? Couldn't get the power down. Holy crap.
Yeah, there are a lot of them just wiggling.
And I immediately, I don't even know I'm not turned on the race, right? So I don't even know it's damp, it's wet or nothing. I just turn it on because I know this is the time the race is supposed to start. And now I'm like, massive anxiety because I ain't gonna bull. I'm sitting there going, man, my man Josh Berry qualified good. He's got 3 top 10s in a row. He almost won this race last year. Let's see if we can get another top 10. And there was some good momentum online around him and everything. Just some good momentum all in general for Josh trying to figure out what he's going to do for next year. And so that was my main objective of the day when watching the race. I was a Josh Berry fan, and I was just going to see what was going on. And as soon as I saw it was wet, I was like, holy shit, this has changed. This changes everything, right? Can this be a good day for the 21? And can he manage it being wet? I remember, though, when they were on rain tires, I think at Richmond, a couple years back, he ran really, really good. He likes the rain tire.
He ran there in some rain tires, too, at some point. He
likes the rain tire because it's really similar to the old Hoosiers that he ran in late model stocks. It's just very grippy and gumballish.
Yeah.
Softer compound.
It's like it's grippy, but it's on top of the track more. I feel like there's more finesse with it.
Yep. Well, I just was like, hey, hopefully this works out. You know, you just don't know. What a compelling first segment there. Watching cars try to run the bottom, like on the apron.
Extreme top or extreme bottom. And
then everybody's way, way up high, way out of the traditional groove. And I know that a lot of our listeners know why that you run that line on a rain track. And you run what they call offline when it's wet. And the reason is because the traditional racing line has a lot of oils and rubber and all types of things that are sort of smashed into the surface of the racetrack. And the water sits on top of that. And it's super slick. And obviously, if you get offline, the track is more porous and absorbs the water better, and you get a little more grip. It's just faster. Even on road courses, if it's wet, you run offline. And if you have to cross the driving line, you cross it quickly.
Yeah.
Or you're going to
super slick.
Trying to throttle up out of the corner across the racing line, you'll spin the tires. It's very tough, very challenging.
You can spin the tires in a track house when it's wet on the go-karts there.
Yes.
When you cross the main groove.
Exactly.
That's how, imagine a cup car going across that.
Yeah. And so it was really compelling. And I couldn't remember as we're, closing in on the track, drying a little bit. I couldn't really remember. I was like, what are they going to do? What is the protocol? It's not been that long since we started running rain tires. So it's not like this thing that I have imprinted in my mind. And they've sort of adjusted the protocol and do different things ever since they brought the rain tire in. It's not always been, man, this is how we've done it.
Well, don't forget they did the deal a couple years ago. The guys tried to put slicks on when they didn't say you could yet, and they made them come back down and put the reins back on.
Yes.
So it was at Loudon, too.
That's right.
So,
well, there was obviously a big debate. Once we all learned in real time, NASCAR is going to throw this yellow flag. The teams are asking for it. Some of the crew chiefs and car drivers are out there saying, man, it's time to switch. And NASCAR had told them, I assume, that, they all knew, I think, going into the day, that NASCAR would throw the yellow. NASCAR would tell you when the track was ready for dry tires. You were going to put tires on according to NASCAR's information. And so all the teams were aware of that. And so they're sitting there going, hey, it's about that time, It's about the time. Let's do it.
They told us they came across radio like 5 laps or roughly 5 laps before they were going to throw the caution and said, hey, I I think they saw a couple cars start to have some issues, and
like what kind of issues?
just like the
tire issues.
Yeah, start using them up, like
going
down. Like they're gonna start pitting like people are gonna start pitting,
putting on more wets.
Because either way,
no, you can't put a dry tire on
unless they
right. So they were thinking, okay, some guys are going to start pitting to try to, just because their tires are so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like, how bad were some of the guys in terms of how slow had they gotten?
They were getting really. There was guys dropping hard.
Really?
Ross had a tire smoking. We passed Ross.
I saw that,
and that was for like 2-3 laps.
What was smoking?
I think he might have had a suspension problem, but I don't know. But like, there were definitely guys fading really hard, and I think Ross's issue might have sped up the process a little bit because you don't really know.
You didn't know what was going on with Ross if you're NASCAR. I'm thinking, I'm sorry, your car's slowing down. I mean,
that's the same thing. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry you ran too hard.
Sorry you ran too hard.
Maybe you should have gotten more wet down the straightaway. I don't know.
Maybe you should have found the moisture.
That's 100%. I love the fact that you can't
throw a caution because guys are slow.
Well, I just don't think they want the pit sequence. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't think they want the cycle to start and have a really busy pit road.
Yeah.
Pit road was by far the wettest part of the racetrack.
Yes. So all right. Let's move forward to the actual debate. They throw the yellow, telling everybody it is time to shift from the wet tire to the dry, and come down pit road and
non-competitive
stops. You're not going to lose your spot. All that, and so we have talked about this in the past. Last year, I think we had a similar situation going on. My opinion then was, look, I get it. You should be able to, why won't they let these teams do all these things? Why they put their big boy pants on. This is supposed to be the best drivers in the world. All of those things. You can say all of those things. That's true. But back last year, I'm also thinking, pit road's not entirely dry. Our guys, you could hear on some of the radios, even SVG, before the race started, he's like, man, I'm not sure what this is going to be like. And nobody in those cars knew how hard to get down into the corner at New Hampshire. They'd never ran that track wet before. And so you could see how timid everybody was, how careful everybody was trying to be, and how easily Reddick spins out. You could just, all of those things are like, okay, man, this is treacherous.
Reddick definitely made people, okay, maybe
right,
yeah. But I mean, it's like anything.
I'm getting to a point. Yeah. So imagine all of that anxiety and trepidation, I guess. Now you have a wet pit road, and you're going to send all the field down pit road to change tires. Even if only one car comes down pit road, his guy's got to come over the wall with the hope that he understands how to get slowed down and stopped in the stall and not run over his own pit crew, which would easily happen. I mean, do you risk, let's say 36 cars pitting and breaking a leg or two?
Yeah, I mean,
I only say that, like, I think I can understand NASCAR's reservations for. I can understand their concern because
sure. It would be dangerous.
It is dangerous. Our drivers don't have any experience pitting a live stop in that condition. I think as we get a couple more of these type of events under our belt, maybe the confidence for NASCAR goes up. Maybe they hear the public screaming for live stops in these scenarios. We all want it. I want it.
Yeah, I want it too.
We all want it. We all want the teams to be allowed because it adds such an incredible layer of strategy.
Oh my gosh, when do you come down?
Because some guys, Cindric, some other guys are going to get on the dries quicker. And that sort of change and evolution of pace and what guys give up or gain can really, really change the dynamic of the race. And we all want to see that. We all want to see it. I do too. But
there can be big jumps in track position.
I know.
So.
I just don't know if our racers are ready. And I would have to sit down with NASCAR and say, I would have to, if I was NASCAR, I'd get all the drivers in a room like we used to do. We'd have drivers meetings in a physical building. I'd have no one else in there. And I'd say, guys, how confident are y'all to get down pit road into your box without any issue? Let's task the teams to make sure they're doing everything they can hours before the race to prep that box, have it dry as they can possibly have it ready for the car to come in there for a live stop.
Most of the stalls themselves were pretty dry.
I bet.
The guys do a good job. They got, I don't know if you've seen.
They can tarp them. They can put
they got them machines now that they run over.
They run, they the little rollers.
Yeah, they got them rollers.
Out. So, I think if we're proactive, we can get there quickly to where we're having live stops in these situations.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Now, look, I mean, and it could be basically a case by case. You could be sitting there and say, NASCAR could say, I'm looking at pit road and I feel good about it. Let's have a live stop. Or NASCAR could be coming up on, lap 30 or 40 in this particular race and look at pit road and go, there's a bunch of puddles out there. I don't feel good about it. Let's not have live stops. This won't be live stops. And I'd be fine with that.
What if they just deem the track wet and it's a certain speed?
That's what I was thinking. Like, okay, track, we're still considering it a wet weather condition. Pit road speed goes from, 50 to 40.
Now you got to have
you run a different set of lights. And then also maybe you could do something like under wet weather conditions, you can't jump over the wall until the car stops. That takes guys running around on pit road.
I like
in front
all
of
this.
The car.
Yeah.
Those are two quick things. Just thinking from slow the pit road speed down a little bit, and no over the wall until the car stops.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly some things to think about. And I think NASCAR, hopefully they're having these conversations internally of like, all right, man, everybody's asking for this, and we know we need to get there. NASCAR knows we need to get there. We're gonna finally at some point live in the world of live stops during rain or wet track conditions.
I don't think they enjoy having non-competitive. I think they're just gonna lean on the side of caution.
I agree.
And I will say, up till the race, like they were going along like they were putting the guys in when it was still wet, and like they were going along with confidence that we were getting ready to roll. You know what I mean? Like not as timid as what they were in the first time. You know what I mean? Like they're getting more comfortable with it.
They're getting more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I
great.
like that. Yeah. I know that was one of the things that there was a ton of debate about. Hocevar versus Zilisch.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Right
Hocevar spun on the pace laps.
On purpose or not?
Well, I don't think that he spun on purpose. What I think Hocevar was doing, maybe he did want to actually lose traction. I could see him thinking, I'm going to learn how much grip I got before this race starts. I could see him thinking, man, because he kind of slowed down, then he fired up and took off. And I could see him going, you know what, I'm going to learn something that no one else will know until they all go down in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm going to know it before them.
Mm-hmm. Like dirt guys, you see them guys speed up and test stuff real quick,
Yep. Later in the race, they're going down the front straightaway. There was a little contact between him and Zilisch.
Wasn't even a lot.
And then it looked to me like Carson veered into him intentionally, like, hey, f*** you, man, and wrecked himself. Like right there, little contact, and then it's like Carson.
Dad did such a good job right there.
Do you think Carson turned left to hit him in the fender? Like, screw you, pal.
I think
what do you think happened there?
I think guys sometimes.
So watch this. Is this off? Yeah, this is all four. So it's like, all right, a little contact right there, and then he goes, "F you, man." See the whip of the wheel?
Yeah, I see it a lot with at races like this, and guys kind of swerve when they're not happy, or just kind of and they try to get you.
It's like flipping the bird, but not. Yeah. It's just kind of like a body language. And if I'm not happy,
if he gets the 8.8 down the track a little bit, it hurts his entry for the next corner.
I just felt like it was like a gesture.
I think so too.
I didn't like you hitting me right there off the corner.
Yeah.
So there's contact right there, and it's like, I'm mad, you know? I think that's what that was.
And it backfired.
And it backfired on him. After the race, he blamed the spin on himself. Which spin?
He blamed that on himself. Yep. But after this, he gets back on the track, and he's racing Connor.
I know, I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
So he blamed, I didn't know which spin he blamed on himself. So he blamed that spin with Zilisch on himself. But then later in the race, they are damn door slamming down the straightaway, and it looks like it's Hocevar. He's mostly to blame for it. They come off the corner, and he just kind of drives down in the corner, and he runs Connor up the racetrack into turn 1 and 2. There was just a lot going on that I didn't quite understand with Hocevar. And then there was a spin later in the race that it was questionable whether it was intentional or not. I mean, I've spun out on purpose before when my race was falling out of, when my race was falling out of reach. You get desperate. I'm assuming, or I'm speculating that he did spin on purpose. I'm not saying that he did. I didn't really get a great look at that last spin. But I've seen other guys spin on purpose, and I know it when I see it. I suppose I could say, because I've done it myself.
I just wonder though, like after the first incident, does he need his team to go, hey, that's on you? Like because it seemed like he's racing aggressive to Connor because he feels like Connor was in the wrong when he wasn't. Like, is this where he needs his team to help him out a little bit?
No, I don't think so. I think he needs a couple of I think he needs a couple of people that he really respects to say
that was dumb.
Man, I like Carson Hocevar a lot. This kid he's a great asset to the industry. And I'm trying to think, I'm almost 52 years old, and the way that I view the world is different than when I was 24, 25 years old. And it's certainly a different world for a 20-something year old than it was for me.
Mm-hmm.
But, when Zilisch gets in his left rear, and he does this sort of gesture, this body language, this sort of swerve thing, you just don't need to do it. Just gotta not do that.
Just beat him.
Well, I mean, Hocevar loves a f***ing good race. What about Zilisch hitting him in the left rear wasn't to like? Like, when do you get to actually bounce off each other a little bit? Trade a little paint.
And that didn't even affect him.
And it wasn't, I mean, if it cuts his left rear tire, you can be madder than hell.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just a little slight contact
straight away.
That to me ought to put a smile on Hocevar's face.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you want to race like that? Well, we're gonna race hard now.
That's what I mean, every now and then you go to some of these racetracks where you can have some contact and have a little fun.
I feel like Hocevar would pass like that too. I feel like he'd do that.
I wish that it was like acceptable and encouraged to have the kind of contact that Zilisch and him had initially off turn 4, and that it wouldn't.
I think it is, honestly.
I mean, but it shouldn't incite this sort of reaction down the straightaway of like, oh, I'm gonna swerve and show you that I'm mad. Oh shit, I spun myself out. The thing with Carson is, look, he had a decent day. He ends up finishing on the lead lap in what? Oh, he's one lap down. He got lapped right at the end of the race. Where'd he finish?
19th.
So he spun out twice. Well, 3 times if you count the pace laps. And did a lot of framming and bamming with guys. didn't, and ended up finishing on top 20. Look,
what position was he in when that wreck happened? Did you say? Did it show on the screen on the board?
Not a great.
Dude, he's like 12th right there.
Yeah,
he'd have been 12th.
Yeah, not a great day, but not a terrible day. I don't know, man. I feel like he just needs to kind of cut out some of the stuff during the like let's go do the best we can do.
Like look at Berry and Bubba. They had a little back and forth, but
I was going to talk about that later in the show.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, but the look, Carson, like I am a fan. I'm a fan of Carson. Mm-hmm. I want him to get door down the straightaway and not have a reaction to it. Just keep racing, man.
Yeah.
That's racing. That's racing. That's damn racing. He talks about how he loves the racing from the 2000s and the broadcasts and how everything was awesome. Well, that's the kind of shit that made it awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't want to go from 12th to probably 30th there. No fun.
I don't know that he's even thinking about, man, if I'm running 12th, maybe I shouldn't take any chances here. Look, I don't know. I think it was just a. I don't want him to change. His personality. I love how he races. It's those little things that I don't love. That's like things that there's guys in the field and there's guys that have been in this sport years ago that you didn't like because they couldn't stop doing those little things. And you're like, all right, man. After about 5 years, you're like, man, this. I can't. This guy can't figure it out. This guy can't quit this little every now and then. That drives me crazy.
He's got to win now. He's established more. Like it's time to take a step.
Yeah, and and he will. I think he's.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to spin out here, but it.
Well, of course not.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe he thought he was clear, but I felt like he just got too much going on in that race. You shouldn't have that much happening.
I think he's doing exactly what you said. He's watching his mirror. He felt it. He's looking at him, so he's trying to get him off of him. Or he's mad, trying to show that he's not happy, and it backfired.
Yeah, I hate that happen. It's going to happen every now and then. You're going to make mistakes too. Yeah.
Well, the bad part is at the end of the wreck, there's other cars sitting there that are in it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the bad part. I mean, you see who the 22.
Logano's in it.
The Logano was in it. There's a couple other cars that were sitting there. Like now, you're hurting other people's races because of that. Like,
well, I thought it was a unfortunate, unnecessary thing. The Josh Berry, Bubba Wallace deal. So I'm gonna be honest, man. Bubba never ran like the same lap or line twice during this scenario. So Josh is trying to pass Bubba. The 21 to 12, they could get in the corner ridiculously deep.
Mm-hmm.
And Bubba was making a lot of adjustments on his entries, the line he was running. And like a couple of laps before this, Josh just about ran in the back of him, getting into turn one or something. So close. And I think when they go down into turn 3 and 4, Josh drives down in the corner and buries it down in there. I don't think that Josh meant to hit him. And when Josh realized, so if you commit to the corner really, really hard, look at Zilisch, right? When he's trying to miss that wreck, he has to go high into the corner, and he goes up there and hits the wall and runs into the 3 car, whoever that was that spun out up there. 35.
Herbst.
Car. Yeah, Herbst. So Josh has buried it into the corner. And I think if Josh gets on the brakes harder to try not to hit the 23, he risks spinning himself out. The car tips over on the right front, carries the left rear, spins out. And so Josh is like, oh, shit, I'm going to hit him. He knows he's going to hit him. And he knocks the shit out of Bubba Wallace. And I think Josh in that moment goes, oh, I didn't mean to do that. And if you watch Josh, the line that he runs into turn 1 is a please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Like
I was watching that oh boy.
Yeah. Josh is like, look right there. He's like, I didn't mean to do that. And he's taking this sort of super defensive line so that the 23, Bubba, if he was really, really mad, doesn't destroy him.
Mm-hmm.
And because Josh is sitting there going, I've got to run top 10 today. I got to do it. I've got to keep this sort of narrative going that I belong here, that I need to keep the conversation around me. I've got to run good. I can't f this up. And he got down in the corner, made a mistake. He dove into turn 3. Bubba committed to the same line, and Josh is like, f and smashes him. And then
I think he might have. I think he was okay. I don't know. I feel like he was okay with hitting him low. I don't think he meant to hit him that hard.
I don't think he made him hit it that hard either.
No, that was.
But as soon
really
as he
hard.
did it, he was like, he goes by and then he's like,
didn't hesitate right there. Right here, he's like, oh, that was harder than Right here, he's like, that was way harder than I wanted it to be.
Yep. And now how do I not get my ass wrecked? Because Bubba's sitting there going, you don't know. Bubba might be like,
seeing
what
red.
the f was that?
He might have been seeing Hocevar.
Right here, Bubba could have wrecked him, and he doesn't.
He could have.
Right.
And Josh is running him hard right there.
Yeah.
So
I liked it. It's good racing, but it was so funny. I was kind of laughing when you see the ultra defensive line that Josh runs down into turn 1. It's a line of, man, I'm going to blow this corner. I'm going to run the worst line I could possibly run through this corner in an attempt to not get crashed.
I don't think Bubba was going to wreck him.
You don't know.
I know. Well,
I don't care.
Because he hit him hard.
He
hit him hard. Yeah, he didn't just rub him a little bit. It was like.
I mean, I don't know, man. Bubba might have hit him just as hard back. And maybe Josh doesn't save his car.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's an eye for an eye out there. You hit me hard, I want to give it back to you right away. And I think all drivers are similar. Don't you?
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would hope.
I thought that was a funny series of events. Yeah, I know there were some yellow flags that kind of flipped strategy. The 12 car had to take 2 to be able to get his track position back.
Yeah.
So a few untimely cautions that came out toward the end of the race that kind of changed everything.
Yeah, it did.
And Berry was able to drive back from just inside the top 10 up to 3rd. Look, I think the 12 had the best car, even though on NASCAR Insights, Josh Berry was number 1 on speed. I don't know. I felt like the 12 had it most times throughout the race. The 12 was the better race car.
I think the 12 was the best race car. I don't know if that's probably weighed because
that number is probably weighed because of the 4 tires at the end of the race and all the laps that he ran faster than the 12. Well, he ran whatever that was, that whole last run. He ran most of those laps faster than anyone else on the racetrack. So to your point, TJ, that's a little weighed.
Yeah.
Though Blaney was second on speed, but spent that whole run on 2 tires only. Bubba Wallace said this is one of the worst race cars he's had. I'm kind of.
I thought it was one of the better ones.
I'm kind of surprised by that quote, but
I mean, he was solid 3rd
because he was at certain points in that last run. He was faster than Blaney.
He was a solid 3rd place car all day, at least.
One of the worst cars he's ever drove, and one of the best cars on the racetrack. So, anyways, but a great gutsy run by Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, great
run by Josh Berry. Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Ty Gibbs, Denny Hamlin, all the usual suspects back there in the backside of the top 10. The Earnhardt family has always trusted Bass Pro Shops for our outdoor adventures, and that's something that hasn't changed even today. I grew up shopping there, and now I enjoy bringing my family along as we gear up for our time in the outdoors together. That's also why I'm proud to partner with Johnny Morris and Bass Pro Shops. They're tremendous supporters of conservation and the outdoor traditions that bring families together. And right now, Bass Pro Shops is celebrating the Fall Hunting Classic. It's the biggest hunting sale and event of the year. Whether you're preparing for opening day, maybe you're upgrading your gear or stocking up for the season ahead, you'll find savings on hunting essentials, apparel, optics, trail cameras, and much more. Plus, club members enjoy exclusive savings, and they earn points toward free gear while helping support conservation efforts across North America. Don't miss the Fall Hunting Classic, happening now at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. You know, Tyler Reddick was a bit of a surprise, didn't practice very well, goes out there, gets the pole, had some issues, spun out in the race, but ended up with a reasonable finish. Ryan Preece ran strong, But that's the kind of racetrack where he's got a ton of laps. He's a modified king. Modifieds run a lot at New Hampshire, and this is the kind of place where when he was betting on himself, going and running his 5 races with Joe Gibbs and whatnot, that was one of the racetracks where
modified race was good too. Did you see any of it?
I didn't.
It was good.
Yeah.
Did you ever have an incident where you came into pit and your pit crew wasn't ready for you?
No.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe a flat tire goes down real quick and they're just kind of scrambling really quick, but not like sitting there eating ice cream.
Shout out Noah Gragson.
Yeah, great run for Noah.
Noah's, ever since he announced his deal, they have ran in the top 20. He was awful.
Yeah, he had a good day. Yeah. He had some monster restarts.
He was awful all year. And then he announces his deal, and he's been good.
Maybe he's feeling the pressure, and now he's like,
I don't know, man. But you never know. I mean, you think, man, I'm gonna give up on this guy. Maybe he doesn't belong there. Maybe he feels that. Maybe he's thinking, maybe I don't belong here. Maybe I can't do this. And it just goes to show that they actually are quite talented. They actually do have the ability to run well at that level when everything's working, when everything's clicking along.
It's easy to forget how good guys, because Noah, I mean, heck, he was on a streak here before, Homesteads and stuff. He was the guy to beat.
Do you remember at Haas when he got in the 10 car? He was 10th, 11th, 12th in points for the first two-thirds of the year or first third of the year. He rattled off all these top 10s and
just
top
consistent.
15 finishes. Yeah, he was really doing well. Kind of reminds me of that. Y'all run pretty good with Brad.
Yeah, we all 3 cars were, what were we, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 5th, 6th, 7th there for a while?
Yeah.
We were, it just got kind of caught on the 2 and 4 tire strategies. You're either on the front side of or back side of it.
Yes.
So, but it was, I mean, that was the fun part of the race too, was, and track drying.
Let's talk about some off-track stuff. Great race. Predictable victory for Blaney as he continues to be dominant at New Hampshire. But I love that race, and I saw it got a pretty solid number on the good race poll.
What was it? I didn't see it.
Mid-80s.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. We talked about one of the things that came up in the conversation this week was Rookie of the Year eligibility. Corey Heim has been deemed ineligible for the Rookie of the Year next year. And they talked to Brad Keselowski and maybe a few other drivers, and Brad recalled back when he raced coming into the NASCAR series, he ran more races that had a part-time schedule. He had an opportunity to run a lot of races that would deem him ineligible. He valued the opportunity to be on the track over the eligibility for Rookie of the Year, so he ran the races, foregoing his opportunity to race for Rookie of the Year. I got a different take on this that maybe a lot of people hadn't even thought of. Would anybody really have a problem if Corey Heim was awarded Rookie of the Year in this season?
No.
I mean, if you come in, regardless of how many races you start, I know currently, I believe the Rookie of the Year is a points-based system on the results of every race, and that's always been a part of it. But I'll go back to 1979 when my dad won the Rookie of the Year. He missed 4 races due to some breaking his collarbones, missed a handful of races, broke his collarbones at Pocono. He did not beat Joe Milliken in the final point standings. And it was not assured that Dad was the outright Rookie of the Year. They had a committee or a panel of people that would vote after the last race in Ontario that year on who would be the Rookie of the Year. So it was a bit of a point system, and that sometimes would produce the clear-cut, obvious Rookie of the Year, but then you would have these other ones where they would battle and be really, really tight, and the committee would then make a decision, or they could weigh and sway the result. And they gave it to my dad over Joe Milliken, even though Joe had more overall points and was higher at the end of the season in the point system than Dad was.
Which I'm fine with.
Either way, that's fine. My point is like maybe we need to get back to having there be some voices in the room. It's not and maybe there is still some of that involved, but let's not just look at results. Let's not just look at top 5s, top 10s, and all those things.
For sure.
Let's just sit down at the end of the day and go, all right, man, who's more deserving of this award this year? And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have a problem in this particular instance because of the fact that he's came in here, even though he's ran a very partial schedule, he won 2 of those races. And he is legitimately a Rookie of the Year. A rookie. I take that. He's a legit rookie right now. So he qualifies in my book. And I could understand and would not have a problem if they said Heim is your Rookie of the Year. And so does the guy have to run every single race? If he has an abbreviated schedule, even if it's 8, 10, 12, whatever, if he goes out and wins 2 of those races, holy shit, that's pretty dramatic.
Who are the rookies this year? Zilisch?
It's just Zilisch.
Oh, then what are we doing? And next year, if it was Corey next year, who's it even going to be next year? Is there even going to be one?
Who?
Jesse Love.
Just Jesse? Jesse?
That's like...
Well, that's the problem with the Rookie of the Year is a lot of times there's only one driver, so it's like...
And that's okay. Look, every year we had a really great class in 79. You had a Harry Gant, you had a couple other guys. And so sometimes you're going to have really amazing classes. Sometimes you're going to have one single guy. I understand, and that's okay. It just is. It's just going to have to be okay. All right? But maybe we need to kind of rethink the eligibility. I don't love the idea that, you could run 15 races and still be eligible the next year. I think that 15 race schedule was your rookie year.
That's a lot.
And or 10.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Heim's a rookie this year, in my mind. This is his rookie year.
He's run enough races now that he's won 2 of them.
I like the idea that I think the limit's 7. I'm not quite sure, but I like the idea that, like, hey, man, if you run over 7, you're now eligible for the Rookie of the Year this year.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to run more than 7, if you're gonna, if you're gonna
make them count.
If you're gonna stay under 7, then you move that eligibility to the following season. But if you run more than that, by all means, make it count. Go out there and make an argument for yourself as this year's Rookie of the Year, and he would, in my mind, likely win it. So, that's kind of where I think that should be. I also want to say, could they please consider bringing the yellow stripe back? Like taking the yellow stripe off the cars. That was such a, I don't know. That was, to me, that mattered. When we took the yellow stripe off the car, the yellow stripe was always your signifier, but also, it was very symbolic to, to being able to remove that, right? I've earned this opportunity to
That's what I was going to say.
Take this off, right?
You put the time in.
Yeah. And now we don't have that identifier out there, and it's just, I don't know, man. I never understood the decision to get rid of that. And if we really want Rookie of the Year to matter, let's put a banner on the windshield even. If it ain't a bumper sticker, it's a banner on the windshield. Fine. But something that's an identifier for that particular driver on the racetrack. And for the fan at home. It's not for, it's also a little bit for the drivers and competitors on the track. That was actually the reason why the yellow bumper was added, or the stripe on the bumper, so a driver would know, hey, this guy's a rookie in front of you. Be careful. Because you would go to Daytona, you would go to some of these races, back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, there'd be a shit ton of freaking rookies out there, especially in the Busch Series. You'd have a ton of yellow bumpers out there, and you needed to know to be careful around them fools, because a lot of these guys had never ran in a big track like this. And so there was a real reason that reason has certainly eroded away in recent years. And so I understand why they were like, you know what, do we need this? But I think for the fan, I love the identifier. I love, especially when there's a great rookie crop, right? Especially when you got 3 or 4 guys out there that are legit contenders to try to go win it. Yeah. Or, when you do have that Corey Heim that's running that, 7 or 10 or 12 race schedule, I want the identifier on his car.
I think it'd have been cool.
He goes out there with the banner on the windshield and wins San Diego.
That's what I would say. If he has that bumper or something,
that banner's in every photo for the rest of time.
And then if you watch the race 20 years from now, you're going to be like, I forgot he was a rookie.
Yes.
The winning diecast.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of good reasons to bring it back. Some sort of signifier. But I feel like that that's kind of my take or where I stand on it. It's not really a whole lot far removed from where we really are today. But I feel like in my scenario, at least Corey Heim gets a chance to win the Rookie of the Year in one year or the other.
You shouldn't have to apply for it. What it sounds like.
Well, he is because of the way the rule is now, he has made himself ineligible to ever try to win it. In my situation, or in the idea that I applied, he at least has a shot at it 1 year or the other, right? So,
which he should.
Which this year, I think you would give it to him.
I think he. Oh,
if he was eligible this year,
how do you not?
Yeah, you would.
Well, he's won 2 races.
Yeah,
I mean, rookies,
does he have to run the whole schedule?
Rookies aren't supposed to win. First of all, that.
I don't know. The other thing that talking about Zilisch, he makes the announcement that he's going to HMS in 2028. There was a lot of conversation around this that was kind of surprising to me. People were like, "What? This is so strange. He's gonna go drive for Trackhouse 1 more year, then go to Hendrick. Hendrick's doing this months or over years. A calendar year in advance, and like this had never happened before." And I mean, there's multiple past circumstances where this absolutely did happen at Hendrick.
Yeah,
like Casey Kane.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mark Martin had 1 more year on his contract. I'm gonna say I might be wrong about this, but my feeling was that Rick would have put Casey in the car if Mark would have said, you know what, I'm going to get out. But Mark said, I got 1 more year. I think I'll run it. And Rick said, well, all right. I got to figure out what to do with Casey because he's under contract with me. So he went and ran Red Bull for 1 year.
Yeah.
So when a guy's available, if you're an owner and you're able to go out and get who you want, and that driver is literally sitting there available, if you don't get him, someone else is going to do it. And so they did their homework. They weighed the pros and cons of their idea of Corey Day, what they think they've got to do with him to get him to where they want him to be. They've got all their other drivers and what they want from them and how, they're trying to re-sign Chase and all this. So they're sitting there and they're doing all their due diligence and they're doing their homework on Zilisch. He had this incredible O'Reilly season and now he's struggling and looks really bad. And what I'm sure they dove into that to figure out, all right, man, if he comes over here, can we fix it? Can he compete in our stuff? So they did their homework and they decided to go for it. But if they don't, someone else is going to sign him.
For sure.
Yeah. And he'll get swept up. And so we went through this whole conversation about what does Justin Marks do, so we won't get into all that. But I was really surprised that people are so taken aback that this would happen so far in advance of the actual opportunity for him to get behind the wheel of the 48.
I think fans don't realize, though, especially NASCAR, like how far in advance NASCAR teams are operating, whether it's drivers, whether it's sponsors. Like,
this doesn't happen a lot like this. I mean, a little bit, but not like to this magnitude, I don't think. Well, I don't know, man. Like, what does this do to like the situation at Trackhouse next year? If like, does that?
He's going to race there.
I know, but like, does it change the dynamic of the team a little bit, knowing he's already leaving?
Yes. I mean, it's going to be, people would like to call it a lame duck year, but look, I mean, Connor's going to go to the racetrack driving the 88 car for Justin Marks next year, hoping to run well and have a good time. He's not going to just mail it in. He's a kid, and he wants to get better. He's not. I mean, a 40-year-old veteran might mail it in, might just go, F it. But he's not. That he's young and motivated and driven and wants to prove that that he can do it.
And he wants to prove that Rick made the right decision and go into that year.
And Justin's motivated, right, to draw interest of other drivers, potential people that could come drive that 88. And they may sign somebody today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they've already got a list.
Yeah, they're probably talking to guys right now that they want in that car in 2028.
They've probably already been talking to people once they knew.
Yeah,
I
would hope. Yeah, I mean, it's a little weird and awkward, certainly.
That's kind of what I was meaning.
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be?
It's awkward. It's awkward, but I think they're all motivated to make it work. Now, will it be rosy and a whole lot of fun in the competition meetings and all that, and all the partnership meetings and things that they'll do together? It's not. It's not going to be ideal. But I think Justin's a professional. He's got Justin's disposition and Connor's, I think, they're professional. They're not going to, they're not going to be petty about it.
Does it make it harder to give him, the SVG info that they've built, the notebook that they've built over time? You know what I mean? Does it harder to give him that info knowing he's leaving to a tough competitor?
Well, I think that they could put a car underneath him without him really being able to go recognize what it actually is, to take said information. It's not like he's an engineer or a crew chief.
Yeah, it's not like the setups now.
He's not got a laptop. He's not got data. He's not got information. He's not going, oh, man, I got these files or this information or these, he doesn't have all that. Now, I will say this. I have every setup of every race.
Yeah, you have a binder.
I have a binder. I've got every setup of every race that I ran at Hendrick. We used to get like I
remember you used to keep it.
Yeah, we used to get an email, and it had all this information in it, and it had the setup of the race car. And I've printed every one of those out, and I have them saved in my house. And so
for a while, those were easier to read. Then they got harder and harder to read.
Yeah, there's a lot more information on them as time went on. But and I was doing that because it was good to be able to go back and look at last year or the year before, and I didn't have to ask the crew chief for that information. I could just do it myself and say, man, we're going to Richmond with a 300 and a 600 in the back. Last year we ran a 2 and a 5. Why are we stiffer? So he may have had that type of access. I don't know if they still.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if they still do that today in the information that you get as a driver, and you would know maybe more than I would.
Yeah, I mean, I still think most drivers I think they're pretty tuned in on it.
Okay.
Well,
maybe they would need to adjust some of that in terms of what they're sending to him, what he physically has access to. Maybe he doesn't get that setup sheet anymore.
Yeah.
And that's an easy, that's an easy box to uncheck.
Sure.
And I'm sure Connor could understand that. Now, because I don't know that Connor's sitting there looking at the setup sheet going, damn, they're going to put that spring in the right rear this weekend. He's just kind of taking their word for it.
I mean, to me, I feel like Connor's smart enough. He probably knows what a good road. He probably knows the basics of a good road course setup already. I would, from what SVG's taught him and brought there. I feel like he already probably has a good baseline.
Yeah. was also announcement for RCR, Austin Hill, to drive the 33 car. That went out. Lot of wild feedback over that. A lot of people were hoping Berry might get that opportunity, but I think you have to look at what Austin Hill and RCR have done together, how long they've been together, the relationship that they have created and developed.
He's earned that opportunity.
Well, even if you don't feel like that he's earned it, I think that you got to understand that this guy has been working in that building. They have created a relationship of trust and value. They just like Austin Hill. And you're not going to throw away the relationship that you have and all of the years in equity invested on the chance that, you bring Josh in and it works, right? I think Josh would have been a great hire. If I had a cup team, I would call Josh Berry today to go racing. But I also know that I'd have to consider Justin Allgaier for that seat because Justin's been here for all these years. He's done all these things we've asked him to do. So that's similar to Austin Hill and RCR, where you just gotta remember, man, Austin Hill's like family. He's part of their DNA.
There.
Yes.
And he's won a lot of races with them. They got a great background together, history together.
While I would have been happy that Josh Berry, as a Josh Berry fan, I would have been happy that Josh was getting an opportunity. I would have said, damn, I can't believe they just cut Austin Hill go.
It would have been surprising.
Yeah. So I think that they did the right thing, especially for them. And I'll be honest, man, Austin Hill drove that thing up into the top 20.
He was fast.
The 3 and the 33 didn't look good. They haven't really had a lot of great speed. He drove that car into the top 20. It is hard at this level. He is doing a respectable job, and if he can get better, this will look like the right decision. And I think, time will tell, but
TV probably didn't show it, but when the track was drying out that first run, he was one of the fastest cars.
Yeah. He drove up into the top 20. He might have got some track position on pit road at points, but I think he also,
he passed a lot of cars in the beginning of that race. Yeah. If you want to go back and look at an onboard, his would be pretty good because he did pass. I noticed it. Yeah. Like, he was fast.
Yeah. Guys, if you know me, you know that I haven't stopped talking about Arby's Buffalo chicken sandwiches for months now. Check out the Buffalo Chicken Slider. Buffalo Chicken Sliders are fantastic. Fantastic. It's awesome. They have a Buffalo Chicken Slider, and man, is it good. The folks at Arby's heard me, and they said, we'll do you one better. They're going to put that awesome sandwich right into their $7.99 meat and 3 box. So now you too can enjoy the crispy, saucy perfection that is the Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich at an unbeatable price. You're not going to believe how much food you get in the box. The sandwich, that's just the start. You also get curly fries, mozzarella sticks, a peach cobbler roll, and a drink. It's all your Arby's favorites, all for just $7.99 in the meat and 3 box. And you don't have to race me to get one, but you ought to hurry over to an Arby's and try the $7.99 meat and 3 box with the Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich because it's only going to be available in the box for a limited time. Available for a limited time at participating locations while supplies last. Prices may vary. Get your meat and 3 box at an Arby's near you today. Just a couple of more things I want to do before we move on to the next segment. The Cars Tour raced at Anderson this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible race for the late model stocks. Solid pro late model race as well. A couple of things I want to point out. I raced there last year. We had a great crowd. Wondering going back this year what kind of crowd we would get. They did not disappoint. The people in that area around Anderson, South Carolina, came out. We had a fantastic crowd. There's a bit of a college. There's some colleges close by in the region. We had a college kind of quasi college section down in Turn 1 on the grass bank. They brought an energy unique to that race that I haven't seen at any other race that we've been to this year. So great job to Anderson for the track owners, promoters, their marketing and everything. They had a fantastic crowd there, and that directly affects the race that you see on the racetrack. When the drivers are standing there and they can see how many people are excited to be there, and there was a lot of rowdy energy coming from that from that group down in turn 1. The drivers get in the cars knowing they want to be the one to put on the show tonight. And so we had a great finish. We had an issue on the racetrack with Landon Huffman and Tyler Reif. And so Tyler's runs a limited schedule. Landon runs full-time with us. Landon is on YouTube, a lot of great content, does a podcast, and he's very vocal and opinionated about all the things that are going on in the Cars Tour.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah, he works hard on his race car, too, all week long. Anyways, he's put himself in this great position. So he's out there racing, kind of struggling a little bit with his brakes. Tyler Reif, going down the back straightaway, drives up over his left rear. Like, blank. It was a blank mistake. Put any adjective you want in there. Small, huge, massive. It was a misjudgment. It was a mistake. Tyler Reif was not trying to wreck him intentionally, but he just didn't turn into the corner. And when it was time to go into the corner, Landon Huffman did. And Tyler drives all over the left rear, spins Landon out, destroys both cars, really. Landon's out of the race. It wasn't an intentional crash. You're not going to penalize or suspend a driver for up, even though you don't like it, and it happens sometimes. Landon ran over the 16 car of Chad McCumbee at Tri-County. He up. It happens. And so they come down pit road. Landon gets out and goes down to Reif's car, gets in the window. I don't know if he swung on him or not, but he screams at him a little bit. They're screaming at each other.
It didn't look like he swung at him. But...
And then he kicks the door.
Well, he kicks the door first.
Okay. Either way, you got a good look at it then, pal.
I was watching it.
Yeah. So he kicks the door on the race car. And once, twice maybe?
At least once.
Yeah. And then they all get yanked, pulled away by their shirts and carrying on. Sheriffs show up, which is good. Always great to have law enforcement on hand in case, because sometimes, man, these things can turn big. You get crew guys in there swinging.
They can get ugly.
Jack handles. Yeah. You got to have those guys there, and we're thankful for that. I wasn't worried about that going down with Landon or anything, but I was a little surprised. He goes down there and kicks the guy's car, and you got a dilemma now.
That would piss me off.
You got a dilemma. Look, Landon's car's destroyed.
I mean, it's not the left rear's tore up a little bit, but
he said it bent the rear end housing. Left rear tires jammed up in the battery box. They got that car at the shop now, tore all apart, maybe having to put a rear clip on it. I don't know. Either way, whatever. He's got a lot of work to do before he goes to Florence. But you got a dilemma now as a series. You also have a precedence. Anytime anybody goes into another guy's pit, we have had to penalize them. We cannot have people it's mainly crew members you're trying to keep from doing this, because the crew members don't know any better. They'll go down there and swing.
Yeah, they don't think straight.
They'll throw a wrench or a jack handle.
It could get ugly.
Yeah, so you have to penalize the guys when they do it to stop from it happening at the next race. I don't mind drivers going down there and raising hell at each other. It's fine. I don't mind. If you want to go to,
I don't think that's a problem.
Tyler Reif went down to Huffman's pit later and tried to apologize, and they got into another argument. So I don't mind. You're at an infield. It's very confined and tight. You're going to run into each other.
Well, yeah, it's going to happen.
You're going to walk by each other's pits inadvertently sometimes. And so I didn't mind that Huffman went down there, but where do you draw the line in terms of him kicking the car? Is that I
don't think there's anything wrong with the conversation at all.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're mad, you're going to tell the guy and he needs to know it. Then that maybe you get a phone call in a week or you talk again later. But any sort of contact to me is, what if he smashed a windshield in, or you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think. I think you draw the line at any type of damage or contact or whatever. Like, to me is, if you're trying to prevent stuff. Now, what's next? I mean, another guy spins another guy out. Can he go down there and like I said, do something to his car? You're damaging property. Yeah,
we had a couple years ago or last year, we had a crew member climb into a car. We've had guys try to reach into cars, yanking wire. And
I saw that at Kenley that a few years ago. I saw it happen.
And so, I mean, it's super dangerous because then, you got the guy in the car is trying to drive away while the other guy's hanging inside the car. So that's the kind of thing you're trying to avoid. What if, while Landon's in the car, Tyler just decides to pull away?
That's dangerous.
Yeah, and it runs over his leg or his foot or something. So you're trying to. You can't just say. You can't just go, Landon, don't do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could, and you hope that he wouldn't. But I'm good friends with Landon, and he still went and did it. You know what I mean? Like, he still did it knowing that I didn't want him to do that.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just you got to take faces and names off of people here, and if it's this guy if this person goes in there and does something, and it's black and white across the line, then you got to do something about it. Yeah,
it's a tough dilemma to be in. We had a really great race. That's one thing that kind of stunk.
But for one, great for the other.
Well, and at the end of the night, we had Lee Pulliam's car was leading the race and had a flat tire, a couple laps to go, and had a 20 car length lead, was going to win.
Yeah, he was gone. Chase Bergerson?
Yes, and then it was so. Carson Lofton ended up winning the race. It was a pretty wild race.
Mm-hmm.
We had
second and third were battling. It was a great race going on there too.
We had a
Connor Jones and Carson Lofton.
Yeah, we had one restart that both drivers on the front row were sent back a row.
How do you do that?
So, the lead car was Carson Lofton.
Yep. Front, inside or outside?
Inside.
Okay.
He overslows. Like in my opinion, our opinion, he might. I mean, if he's sitting here right now, he's probably like, "No, I didn't overslow." We're watching it. We thought he overslowed. As he's overslowing, Ronnie Bassett Jr. is like now a half a car length ahead in the launch. Well, when they both launch, the 04's ahead, and by the time they get to 04's almost totally clear. And I'm like, all right. I thought for sure they were going to put Bassett back a row. But Danny, my guy up there in the booth, he's like, both of them. You got the guy on the inside playing games. You got the guy on the outside that didn't hold his responsibility. Because if Ronnie can't help the guys slowing down, but he can give it back.
He could give it back,
right?
Yeah.
And we can get into turn one even, and I think Ronnie doesn't lose his front row position.
Yeah, you can't be too bad about it.
Yeah. He saw he was given an advantage and then took it, and so
too big of an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, my guy Danny was like, "No, they're both going back." I'm like, "All right."
I mean
hell yeah.
That's great, but just from now on, that's the way you gotta be strict with it now.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's good. He set the tone.
I thought it was good.
Mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, congratulations to Carson Lofton. He got his, I think, first win this year. Connor Jones second. Chase Bergerson was third. He was the one that was driving Lee's car, had the race won with a couple laps to go. Next race is at Florence on the 4th. This is Friday night before Darlington. If you got tickets and you're going out to Darlington, you're camping at the big speedway, and you're there for that race, the Cup race and all the NASCAR stuff there, 10 miles away, Florence Motor Speedway, Friday night. Come see us. It's a small racetrack, and you never know who you'll see racing with the Cars Tour at Florence. Since the race, the Cup guys are so close, we may have a few of them come join us. We'll have to see.
You foreshadowing?
He's manifesting.
It's happened about every time we've ran at Florence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florence is such a good track, too.
Yeah. I'm meeting with a Cup guy Thursday to introduce him to a car owner to see if we can work out something for him to go compete. There could be as many as 3 Cup drivers at Florence Friday night. We'll see. Maybe a trucker there. I'm sure Caden Honeycutt's going to show up and race. I don't know. They got a truck race over at Darlington Friday?
Don't think there is there?
What's going on at Darlington Friday?
I think it's over.
Here we go. We got a schedule. Their next one's Bristol.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's just O'Reilly on Saturday. Cup Sunday.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, yeah, if there's no truck race, then I bet you Caden Honeycutt's over there racing with us as well.
I even if there was a truck race, Caden would probably figure out how to get over there.
Yeah.
Run, yeah.
Yeah. All right. This segment of Dirty Air is brought to you by Johnny Morris and Bass Pro Shops. Thank you, Johnny, for bringing us this week's Dirty Air segment. Don't miss the Fall Hunting Classic going on now with great deals on the gear you need. for the season ahead, you can visit your local Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's. Bass Pro Shops is America's best outdoor retailer. I always get excited this time of year. I've got some land, and I'll go bow hunting this year, sometime in October or November, maybe both. And so I went over to the local Bass Pro Shop, met with the bow tech, and got me a new bow. They got a ton of stuff on sale right now, including apparel, optics, trail cameras, just about anything. Whether you're a seasoned hunter heading into the woods for the first time, it doesn't matter. Bass Pro Shops has you covered. Stop in today. Take advantage of the Fall Hunting Classic through August the 26th. We're going to have Lee Pulliam join us today, and with him is Jody Mesimer. And we're going to talk about, is it Mesimer? Mesimer, okay. Sorry. Jody Mesimer. My mistake. Jody's a crew chief in the O'Reilly series, and that kind of gives away our bit of our information, or what Lee's here to tell us. But Lee, you called me last week and you said you had some news. So why don't you share with everybody what's going on?
Yeah. So moment I worked for my whole career, right? So got the opportunity to drive the 87 for Peterson Racing in 2027, and we're going to get things going here at Las Vegas to start it off. So I get to race this year at Vegas and Martinsville, and just surreal for me. I mean, it's what I worked my whole career for. I went a long time without racing, and yeah, it's hard for me to believe, man. It's all come full circle, and a big part of it was you and the opportunity that you provided me to run to Martinsville, and it just opened the doors for a lot of cool things to happen, and a lot of people, you knew what I could do and you knew what to expect of me, and it just kind of opened a lot of other people's eyes as well.
Man, that's incredible. So when did this conversation start?
So after Martinsville, I had quite a bit of people interested in me after that performance, and so things kind of, I was working hard trying to work a deal with you and try to see if we could run some more races here. And really I'd put all my focus that way. And when it looked like, things weren't quite going to work out, I just kind of started feeling people out and different options. And, the guy, I have a lot of friends at RCR, and the guys that, Danny Lawrence was huge in being an advocate for me.
Really?
And he loved my story. And, I think, I sat down in the office. When I sat down in the office with Danny, one day it just kind of hit me. I'm like, your dad was my hero growing up. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting here at a place that Dale Sr. raced out of and made such a great career out of, and sitting in this office that he probably sat in. And, it didn't, that whole experience was just unbelievable for me. And, Danny said, hey, I think I got an opportunity, a guy that's an alliance team with us, and I think I can, I think you would be a great fit for the team. So Danny introduced them to me, and just kind of how it went, and it got rolling. So Doug, Doug and the whole team's been supportive of me, and they like my story, and it just kind of worked out.
How do you fit into this, Jody?
I've watched Lee at Myrtle Beach, South Boston. I'm a late model guy, and not a whole lot of experience in late model stocks, but super late models, and I still get to run my super truck once or twice a year, so I know what Lee could do. And when I was asked about Lee, I was a really big advocate for him.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible that this is the way things have worked out. We kind of live in a time now where we don't see these kind of opportunities, given, and as often as we'd like anyways. All of us armchair quarterbacks or armchair racers, we all think we know who belongs where and who should be getting this chance or that chance. Lee, you race late models, and I already knew you'd done a lot of winning, but when we went out to do the Martinsville deal, we put together some social content around the lead up to that. And it really did drive home the career that you had. Hundreds of wins around all types of tracks, track championships, and all types, national championships, winning multiple big races all around the Southeast. And then you had decided that you were done, right? You had moved, you'd sort of shifted yourself into the car owner position. You were running a business as an owner in the Cars Tour, and you weren't behind the wheel of a race car for 6 years.
Yeah, a long time.
It was over,
and it was tough.
Yeah. Fortunately, speed walking through this process because you've been on the show, and everybody can go back and listen to that episode and hear all about your story, and it's a great one. I think, would you credit Brandon Queen? He's not going to run your car at Martinsville. There's some funding available. You're presented with the opportunity to actually go to Martinsville and race. Yeah. Isn't that somewhat how the story turned out?
Yeah.
Get you back behind the wheel?
Yeah, basically. Well, really, it started off, my dad was sick. And,
that's right.
So I made a promise to him in the hospital, hey, Dad, if you'll fight through this, I'll find the funds to go run Martinsville. And Butterbean got the opportunity to run the truck at Kansas, so it just kind of worked out. His sponsors were like, hey, don't worry about funding. We're going to just
go race.
We're just going to pay for you to drive Brendan's car. So that's how it all worked out. And
now you're back behind the wheel.
Yeah. Yep. So I run that race, and I actually went a whole nother year without racing. And I just wasn't satisfied with how I done at Martinsville. I mean, I was good, but I wasn't fighting for the win. I was just top 10 all day, which – 80 cars.
It's hard to do.
And you hadn't drove in 6 years. So I decided, man, I was going to work out and try to get in better shape for next year. And it was pretty cool, man.
You lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, I worked really hard. So I've been, I lost, I was probably in the worst shape of my life a year ago. And now I'm probably in one of the best shapes of my life. So I lost a lot of weight, and I put a bunch of muscle on. So I've been working out really hard and eating right, and just being all in. So I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, and I focused hard on that because, I feel like that matters at the end of these races. I feel like it matters to the sponsors, and I just want to be the best version of me.
So you go out and run Martinsville in our car. You created that opportunity, as much as you want to give credit to others. You created that opportunity for yourself, and you did a really, really good job. And as you mentioned, we were trying to figure out, what's the next thing? What else do we do? We ended up running the Triple Crown together this year, which we're not done with that. We still got Martinsville to go. But you get this opportunity, and you said that you're locked in for 27 next year. Is that a Is that a sure thing?
Yep, we locked in for 27, and like I said,
you put ink to paper.
Yes, sir. We're
you
good
signed
to go.
You signed on the dotted line.
We're good to go. We're going to get it done. So,
who are the people that you'll be representing on the racetrack? I see some new logos.
So Doug owns 3 Dimensional, and so they are based out of Detroit, near Detroit, Michigan area, and they do a lot of work for. SpaceX, different automobile manufacturers. They do tons of stuff. You look them up, 3dimensional.com, and it's pretty neat, the things that they do. And they do it in large scale quantities too. They can do anything. So that's going to be, our main sponsor. And then, some of my partners are going to be on for a few races. So we'll have Folsom Fence Supply on board, Best Repair Company, and also Carolina Drilling.
Nice, man.
Yep.
Well, you said you're going to race at Vegas this year. That'll be the first ever 1.5 miles you ever ran?
It will be. Yep.
What are you doing to prepare?
So I've watched the race several times from the spring, and just gonna I'm gonna get some in-car camera stuff and study all that stuff and talk to people, lean on people, different people about
Who do
things.
you talk to? Do you with the alliance with RCR? Do you go to Austin Hill? Do you go to Jesse Love? Do you call up some of these guys at Junior Motorsports you got relationships with? Who do you talk to?
Yeah, I think it's all of them, really. Just lean on them. I think me and Allgaier become pretty close here too. And he's been very good to me. So
he's got a few laps.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's one I'll trust a lot, and like you said, Austin and Jesse being at RCR. So it's a lot. It's cool because I got a lot of people in my corner, and Corey Heim. I mean, I can trust him because he's like a little brother to me.
That's right. Yeah.
I've
great point.
pretty much raised him through his young years. So I got a lot of people in my corner like that I can lean on.
Who else have you shared this information with? Like, have you talked to Corey?
So I've kept it very quiet.
Yeah.
So it's been very minimal. So you're one of the few that knew before today. And
how did your family react?
They were excited. So I think all of them were emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's still kind of hitting them because they know the grind that I've been through for my entire life. So this moment's something I worked for, and for me, it's still hitting me. It just doesn't, until I go to that racetrack, it just still seems surreal.
Yeah, no, it does. I feel that, man, and I can tell the emotion is as genuine as it comes. I think that you're going to be really surprised by how many people are going to be in your corner for next year. And not only the race you'll run this year as well, but knowing that you're going to get this opportunity, and it's going to have so many people wanting it to go well and wanting you to really realize the success that we all know you're capable of. So, man, it's going to be a pretty damn cool deal.
Where do you go to Daytona? Where do you walk into Daytona next year? You're like, that's going to be – when I drove a dash, there's nothing like driving in that place and knowing you're going to run there.
Yeah.
So you got a lot to look forward to. And
I'm super excited.
We'll have you tuned up. You'll be ready to go.
Yeah. I'm super excited.
You'll be ready to get right in the draft by that point.
Yeah. I told you. I said, give me any restricted plate advice you can.
Oh, I will. We'll be talking all winter.
Yeah. So
you'll be ready.
Are you doing anything else the rest of this year? I know you said you're running Vegas and Martinsville. Are you gonna attend any other races? Are you gonna go with the teams at all? You know what I mean? Are you gonna start going to some of these tracks now and watching?
So I know for sure I'm going to Darlington because we race Florence that weekend. So I have to fulfill the obligations this year that I promised, through LPP. So it makes it a little tough to go every week, but anytime we have an off week, I'll be at the racetrack with the guys.
You almost pulled off the victory with Bergson this weekend in Anderson. Hell of a race, great crowd. I really enjoyed watching on Flow. But I know that you guys were a little disappointed, but he did such a great job.
He really did.
His post-race interviews and everything, really.
He was actually really solid.
Really buttoned up.
Yeah, he's a great kid and a great family. And actually, the Burgess family may be on the car a little bit next year too. So that's pretty cool. But no, I'm very proud of him. I mean, that was only his second Cars Tour race.
Yeah.
So we won with him at Tri-County the week before. And, it was heartbreaking. I seen it sparking with about 10 to go, and I knew a tire was going down. And we were talking about it on Channel 2 with the spotter, and I was like, man, let's just hope that it holds up.
It was a slow leak.
It was, but
he did a good job.
The last 2 laps, that thing was about on the rim.
Yeah. He did a good job, of even getting the car home in one piece like that. He did a really good job.
He did. I was proud of him that he didn't cause a big wreck coming to the checkered flag.
I texted him after the race, and I'm like, I cannot believe they didn't wreck.
Is he gonna drive the car more?
So he's going to run. Our plan is to run him full time in the Tour next year.
Nice.
So I'll keep LPP going and just cut back to one car because with me being gone next year, I'm going to be fully dedicated into this. To the O'Reilly deal. But my guys can handle one car out of the shop. So
that's music to my ears.
Yeah.
As a Cars Tour guy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love hearing that. We need you, buddy.
Yeah.
We need you.
Well, I love being a part of it.
You're going to be needed. You're going to be spread thin. You're going to be needed everywhere next year.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about them restart calls? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you coming through today. Jody, thank you so much for being here. I'm excited for you guys. You're going to have a lot of fans in your corner. You just wait. You don't even know how excited people are going to be able to hear this news. And so, good luck. I'll call us up. Anything we can do to help you get ready for Vegas, we'll do everything we can, buddy.
I appreciate you guys so much. Man. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Yep.
All right, everybody. It's this time of the month for the Ultimate Racing Collector. Presented by Lionel Racing, the official diecast of NASCAR. Lionel Racing is your go-to source for all of your racing diecast needs. Make sure that you go to check out their latest pre-orders at lionelracing.com. And we have this month's winner. It's Tyler McLean. Let's take a look at Tyler's collection. We see a lot of sheet metal. A little Chase Elliott fender, maybe?
I think so.
There's some Mountain Dew. Got some vintage stuff here. Oh, man. Got a little football, hockey.
Green Bay Packers fan.
Yep, Green Bay Packers. What do you call them? What are those things? The pop.
Yeah, those.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's
number
cool.
3 collection. Oh, that number 3 looked like it'd been racing at the dirt track. Then his die casts, little Harvick and Gragson, Chase, Earnhardt. There's his other. Oh, it's a good little combo right there. Oh, little Earnhardt autograph. Some more die casts here. Harvick, Larson, Little Lee.
A lot of.
There you go. Got that gold one. I seen that gold one. That's a great picture. See that one a lot. Signed a lot of those photos. And then the old racing tire from the throwback race, it looked like, at Darlington.
Mm-hmm.
Dale Earnhardt and Little Lee autograph. There you go. Then
Oh,
more
wow.
die cast. Oh, more my die cast. Awesome. And Harvick's. I like it. Man, look at the collection.
It's a lot.
I mean, he's not missing any of them.
He's got the old Richmond 8 car.
Yep. Some more Harvick stuffs. Chase Elliott. He's kind of a fan of a lot of different drivers.
There's some more
There's some
Earnhardt
Earnhardt stuff. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool there.
Yep. More Harvick stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And this is gonna keep going. We got more and more stuff to look at. Now he's got his tower, his rotation tower. So you put your best in here. It's not.
Oh, look at the cover on that one. There's like a car cover.
You put your best stuff in this thing right here. Look at him. He's proud of these. You got some autographs. These look like they're all autographed. I have one of those as well. One of those towers.
Mm-hmm.
Every car in there on one side is autographed. This is a good case.
Yeah, he's got a lot of autographs.
Yep. This is going on and on. Look at his little mini motor. You can buy those and put those together.
It's actually pretty neat.
Like a little model kit. And it turns, it moves. You get to see the pistons move.
He's not done.
We got a little special display for Dad. Signed, autographed on the roof. The Bass Pro Shop car. We got a nose.
That
it looks like
that's like your car.
Yeah. Look at old number 88. And then that 88 was a Mountain Dew car.
It's a Charlotte tire, probably, right?
Oh, the helmet. Is that a Brady helmet? Who is that?
I didn't make it this far in the video. I would have not picked him if I saw the Michigan helmet.
More sheet metal. More sheet metal. All pinned to the wall. Heck yeah.
It's got a deer.
Nice buck.
Oh, there's a deer, yeah.
Awesome. All right, man. Hey, Tyler, great video. That was a long one, and we loved it. We liked looking at all that stuff. I'm a big diecast guy, so I love seeing everybody's collection. Try to look in there for anything that maybe I want to add to my collection. If you want to do that, you got to go to the latest pre-orders at lionelracing.com. Thank you again, Tyler, and everyone else who sent in photos and videos trying to win this month's Ultimate Racing Collector presented by Lionel Racing. We're doing this every month. You get another shot. Just stay glued to our social medias here at Dirty Mo Media, and you'll get your chance to come back and win again. It's time for some Ask Junior. As usual, is brought to you by Xfinity. And they are waving the red flag on internet price hikes and raising the green flag for savings. You get the speed and reliable Wi-Fi that you need, locked in at one price for 5 years. No surprises, no late yellows, just straight to victory lane. We have a winner, and it's Xfinity. Imagine that. So seeing everybody rolling in here, getting, there we go.
All these Travis fans.
We've had a good show. We've got hopefully some good questions today. So go ahead, Travis.
I see some people talking about IROC. What'd you think of that race over the weekend?
So I didn't get to really watch that race, but I saw a post on social media from Greg Wallace, who is Rusty's son. Rusty drove in the race. I think it was Greg who posted that.
Maybe. Probably.
But he's like, man, nobody was going to beat that HMS-built rocket.
Someone put that in the chat, too.
So the idea, right, is that Ray Evernhelm, and Ray's going to be so pissed. I'm going to get a text in a minute. He's going to be like, we do work on Ray's. The idea is that Ray keeps all these cars tuned up, right? And they ship them all to the racetrack, and all the drivers show up and hop in them and just go have fun. But old Jeff Gordon, more than likely, took his car to the house, did a little backyard, garage work on it. Had the boys at HMS, tune it up a little bit. So, apparently he drove through the field. Last time they raced at 10 tenths, him and Kurt Busch had a brawl.
A brawl?
Like a fight, a good race.
Yeah, like on the track.
Like it was close. It was dicey.
I don't know if I'd use the word brawl.
They had a brawl. They had a
battle. A brawl means they're like throwing punches.
No, they weren't fighting. Of course they weren't. And this time, it wasn't much of a battle. So, Jeff, come on, man.
He went back to the shop.
He did.
You guys need to work on this a little bit.
Yeah. Y'all got me working too hard.
Tune the rest of them down or mine up.
This needs to be easier. Yeah, I'm sure they had her handling pretty good.
Clay here in the chat wants to know, would you trade any of your 500 wins for another crown jewel?
No. The 500 is the biggest race. No. I couldn't do it. I thought you were saying a championship. I might trade one for a championship.
Oh, no, I think that's an easy one.
Yeah, I thought that was the question. So would I trade it for any other win? No. Like the reason is like it got instilled in me at a young age and all through my dad's career that the Daytona 500 was the most sought after win, right? Because Dad wanted it badly. He had everything else but that. Right, and we got so close, so many times. Heartbreak right around the finish line, so close, and so much heartbreak. And so, it's imprinted on me. It's like, man, Daytona 500 is hard to win, and it is real important to win one. And so, when I finally got 104, I was like, damn, all right, I got that quick. Early in my career, crap, nice. I don't have to go through this sort of 20-year thing of, man, am I ever going to win it? Maybe I won't. And then many years went by, and I thought, crap, I'd like to win another one. That was pretty fun, like having two. There's not many things I could ever do in this sport that my dad hadn't done a lot, right? But if I won another Daytona 500, I'd have one more Daytona 500 than him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, winning that second one, especially with Steve, sort of realizing, the success that me and him could have together. Super cool. I wouldn't trade either one of those wins.
Makes sense. Next question came from Twitter. What's your favorite Elvis movie?
Elvis movie. I wasn't a huge, let me think about this. I wasn't really a massive fan of Elvis, the actor.
That's fair.
Yeah. Because I always thought that, he got kind of roped into these long contracts of doing these movies that weren't all that great. And we were kind of robbed from all these years of music that he, could have been. He's still creating music, but it was all these kind of, these songs were all paired with these movies, and they were almost as kind of hokey as the movies themselves. So we man, when he comes and does the 69 comeback special, you ever watch that?
Nope.
God, you need to watch it. So there's this story behind the 69 comeback special. Elvis is going to come back and actually really put on a concert. He hasn't done this in a long time. He's actually nervous about it. The record executives and I think Colonel Parker and all these people were like, only way we're going to do this is if it's a Christmas-themed show. And Elvis refused. And there was sort of this tug of war about this even happening or 69 special even happening. But they insisted, man, he'll do whatever we tell him to do. Colonel Parker's like, I'll tell him what to do and he'll do it. And that was one of the first times I think Elvis is like, ain't happening, man. We're doing it this way and this is what I'm singing. These are the songs I'm going to sing. And so, and it was this really cool show, elaborate set. He's on, you probably seen when he's standing on that stage in the leather suit around all those people in that small stage, kind of more intimate sort of setting. He plays a couple Christmas songs, and then he plays, which he promised him he would, and then he plays all these songs that we recognize and know him for. And then they had these other big sets of kind of like American Bandstand style sets where he's playing and all these dancers and people are running around. And then he does this song at the end. I think it's called If I Could Dream or something like that. Man, it is freaking awesome. But so you ought to watch it, man. That was like, man, dude, he is back, and holy shit, he was such a talent all these years doing these movies and shit. What the hell?
I'll give it a watch sometime soon.
Okay. All right.
Next question's for TJ on DBC. They're talking about the spotter stand and who complains the most. We want your opinion on.
Complains about what?
Just who up there on the spotter stand?
TJ acts like TJ does this. He acts like he doesn't think. TJ acts like he doesn't know what we're asking. You know damn good and well what we're looking for here, but he's so scared to say any shit about anybody.
No,
you are. Everybody online talks about it. TJ's scared to say anything.
I like to complain.
You're gonna just throw yourself under the bus, so you don't have to say anybody else's name.
Who complains the most? I don't know. Probably Hirschman. Probably Hirschman. Maybe, I don't know. Hirschman's hard to argue with.
Alert.
Next question. Somebody will know whatever happened to the Dale chips.
Oh shit. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The Dale chips were good. I mean, yeah, they were good. I learned that you don't make a bag of chips and then expect to walk into the grocery store and ask them to put it on the shelf.
It's tough.
The shelf space is bought and paid for.
Oh, it's tough.
It is not like, oh man, this is a great product. You know what? We will put it on the shelf, and we'll if people buy it, man, we'll put more on the shelf. And when you go into the grocery store, this has changed kind of the way I look at the grocery store when I go in there. When you go in there and look at the grocery store, all the things that you see there's a lot of politics involved in where they are in the store, where they get placed, and how easy it is to access those things. And so it's a tough, all that sort of consumer, candy bars, potato chips, alcohol, whatever, all of it. It is so hard to get opportunity on the shelf. And I understand. I mean, people just aren't when you go into the grocery store, everything in there needs to sell with frequency. Like it needs to be coming off the shelf. And if it don't, they're going to remove it because they'll just add the stuff that does sell. Because every space on a shelf in a grocery store that's not moving product is wasted, and they're losing money.
Yep. What was your favorite
barbecue? My favorite tater chip flavor of all time is salt and vinegar. Nothing compares. Salt and vinegar is just so good. I remember the first time I had salt and vinegar, I was like, holy shit, this is good. Now, a friend of mine brings me ketchup-flavored potato chips down from Canada. And I've been told that I need to do 2 ketchup chips with 1 dill chip.
Yeah.
So dill potato chips, they're pretty good. I like dill potato chips.
Now we're mixing chips.
Yeah.
They said it sounds
like a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Really?
Yeah,
I need to try that.
Okay.
What if you had a Dorito in there? Now it is real cheeseburger flavor. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got a ketchup dill. Where's the cheese of the cheeseburger? You got to throw in maybe a Dorito, a regular Dorito.
Yeah, a nacho cheese.
I feel like you're working really hard to just eat some chips.
Dude.
Sometimes you gotta have a little fun, TJ.
How do we get all of those flavors on just one chip?
Well, didn't one of them made the chip? What are they called? All dressed up or something?
Those also came from Canada. A guy brought a bag of those. It does say that it's all dressed up. That's what it says on there. I don't know what that means.
That means everything mixed together.
Well, I don't know what. I've seen that. I've got a bag at my house. The guy from Canada brought the bag. It says all dressed up. What does that even mean? Does anybody in the chat know what flavors are? People are
type it in, Travis. It's a lot of flavors.
You know what I love is a standard like ham sandwich with Doritos on it. on the sandwich.
I just go with like regular, like Lay's.
Oh, I need cheese. I need the nacho cheese Doritos
Or
on the
the
sandwich.
Did you ever have when you're out of bread and all there is bologna and potato chips? You just turn the bologna to like a taco with some potato chips in the middle.
I've done that.
That's a struggle bus right there.
Did you see the mix right there? That's pretty. It's highlighted.
Oh, barbecue, ketchup, sour cream, onion, and salt and vinegar. That's all dressed up.
That's too
potato
much.
chip.
That's a lot.
I've ate them and I don't get all that. I definitely didn't get the salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar is the best. All right.
Let's see. Next.
I mean, Travis is out of questions already.
Well, no, because the chat's going so fast. I gotta give another question and then catch them up. Fan want to know: do you think Tyler Reddick is pressing a little too hard?
I can't figure out why they've. I'll say this: I don't envy their position. You go to the racetrack, you feel like, all right, man, we've hit the reset button. You know, midweek, let's just go back to everything we know, everything we trust, tried and true. Show up, unload, and struggle. Right? Be slow in practice. Go out and qualify on the pole, and you're like, whoop, okay, there it is. And then, he had some issues in the race, but he ended up finishing okay.
Yeah, he had a good comeback.
But I mean, for the last several weeks, it's been, just some odd things that have happened to them. A lot of mechanical things out of his control. So I don't know. It's kind of one of them deals where you just don't change anything. Let's not panic.
Yeah.
Let's just keep doing what
It'll
we
come
know.
back.
We know this is what's been working. Look at my teammate, the 23. He's running good. He ran good this weekend. So you look at your teammates a little bit, if that can bring you some comfort.
Yeah, I mean, he's still fast.
To not try to go get crazy and reinvent the wheel or anything. They'll figure it out. He'll pop off a good run somewhere.
Yeah, I just think this past week it just maybe a little too aggressive at the start there. It's easy for me. It's easy to say that watching on the couch.
Yep. Driving in the wet.
I mean, it could have been way worse.
Yeah.
He could have gotten the wall right there and been really.
So Denny comes to a stop, and he wanted his spot back.
Well, he did, but then he made just a little bit of contact with Reddick, and they're under the rules. If you make contact, you're part of the wreck.
I didn't know that if you didn't touch him, you're allowed to get your position back.
If you maintain speed.
But stopping on the track is not maintaining speed.
I don't know where every lineup, every time there's yellow, I don't know where we're lining up.
Yeah. Dude, I thought about this yesterday because I figured we were going to talk about it, and it still pisses me off today. And I've talked about it on this show, and I bet there's people in this chat that remember me complaining about this. We were at Watkins Glen coming to the finish line, checkered flag. We're down in the carousel, and there was a big pileup. TJ, you were spotting for us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Letarte in the AMP car or the National Guard car. And so there's a big pileup in the bus stop, and we're racing like 6 or 7 guys in around the bubble with a couple of races, 4 or 5, 6 races to go before the playoffs are going to start. And Clint Boyer is one of those guys that we are racing. And Clint destroys his car, knocks the whole nose off of it, and about 12 or 14 of us go by Clint while he's crashed into this pileup. And Clint doesn't come to a complete stop, but, I mean, all these cars go by him. He's in the wreck. His car's wrecked. He drives back around us under caution. The caution's out. He drives back around us and pulls up in the line where he was, and NASCAR just scores him right there. Race over. And me and Steve were so upset, man. We went over to the NASCAR hauler. This was the same race where Rudeman destroyed.
Oh, in turn 2?
The 6.
Yeah.
In turn 2, yeah.
David Reagan.
Same race.
Big wreck.
So me and Steve go over to the NASCAR hauler, and there's already a lot going on, man. There's a lot of people there for a lot of different reasons. And we were like, yo, the guy's destroyed, and he lost all these positions, and then he drives around us as we're coming back to the green under pace, under reduced speed, and you just let him finish there. Like there's points involved here. There's like on the line. Mm-hmm. What are we doing? And they didn't change it, man. They just kind of shoot us away. And that is real frustrating. But we've seen it before. Remember there was at Darlington a couple years ago. There was a couple guys that got banged around, and some got their positions back.
And they were
some
damaged.
Yeah, they were damaged. Yeah, there's a lot of controversy there. And it's tough to do. We have the same thing happen in the Cars Tour. We have kind of a rule like, that we used to have this rule, like if you had any involvement, you bump a guy trying to go by the wreck, you're involved. You go to the rear with everybody. But then it was hard to make sure you saw everyone that was involved because we didn't have always great replays and stuff. Some guys you would miss, and then everybody comes up to you after the race. He was involved. You didn't put him to the rear. You put me to the rear. So it's a pain in the ass.
I don't think you can, if a guy stops to just not hit something and then takes off again, doesn't touch anything, I don't feel like you can penalize him. If
you stop on the racetrack to avoid a crash, you have gave up all the positions. I'm sorry, you stopped on the track.
I mean,
I can't, I don't know, man. I have a hard time. Like I'm in the car driving it, and this guy stops on the track. I have missed the wreck. I have went by it. He completely stops, and you're going to let him get back in front of me? Well, I've got through the wreck.
If he's not, I just don't want to. I don't want people to speed up into wrecks trying to shoot gaps and do things like that. If you're stopping to avoid a wreck and you're not in it, you shouldn't be penalized for it. You're being safe.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have that than people being like, oh, I got to get through it. I can't give up a spot. I don't want to race into a wreck.
Yeah, I see your point.
I don't want to race into a wreck.
No, I don't. I see your point. But
when there is a wreck, I don't want people's mindsets to be like, man, I better not slow down too much here. I'm going to lose too many spots. And then you got the guy that just stays in it and blows through there, and then you're like, why is he getting that?
Well, I think if you maintain any kind of speed, you got an argument to actually get some positions back because they freeze the field, with the moment the wreck is beginning. So there's the idea that they go back to the last loop, and as long as your momentum's still going, I don't care if 4 or 5 guys go by you or whatever. But in my instance in Watkins Glen, he was wrecked.
No, I agree with that. Yeah,
crashed.
if you're in it, then you're in it.
Billowing smoke. Yeah.
I'm looking at even a road course at Chicago. They had the track blocked, and
but if in Denny's case, he comes to a complete stop. That to me is
he had contact.
Yeah, but even if he didn't, to me that is. You're stopped on the track now. You're part of the accident.
See, I don't consider him part of it if he's stopping. If he runs into it and he hits it, he's part of it.
Because now you got to argue. Some guys will say, well, I was just stopping. Well, no, I kind of saw you slide. I saw you half spin,
Yeah.
Well, I was just trying to avoid contact. Now you got that, Now
either way, you can have an argument for guys flying into it, too.
I hear you. All right. Oh, somebody says, can a deal be made for me to broadcast the Daytona 500 in 2027?
This has got me nervous.
Why? No, there isn't a deal.
We're live.
There isn't a deal that can be made. But there was a moment where there was some conversation of me. I think the handoff between Fox and NBC. Fox's last race was Sonoma. The next race for NBC was somewhere. There was conversation with NBC and Fox to have me do the Sonoma race with Fox. It's sort of like this blend of a handoff to the second half of the year. That's as close as any of that ever got. I think we actually did talk. I think they actually did talk to Fox about plugging me into the 500 booth one year. But I don't think that went very far at all. Fox, I don't think, was interested in that. They had their guys, and they weren't going to have me in there. TJ, you got your truck over there?
Are you coming this weekend?
To the what?
To the race.
I'm going to the Raleigh race.
A Raleigh race?
Yeah.
Should be a good one.
Yep. It's to be determined if I spend the night and stick around for Saturday, but I will not be at the race, at the Cup race. I will, if I stick around Saturday, it's going to be to meet a few people at the racetrack that I need to meet and then go home. But yeah, I'm going somewhere Saturday morning to scout a potential facility for the Cars Tour that may be on the Cars Tour schedule next year. And then I'm going to fly to Daytona for the race, for the O'Reilly race.
All right.
That'll be fun.
All right. Guys, as much as I'd love to stick around, I can see that, your favorite guy in the room, Travis, is getting annoyed. So we're going to wrap this up. Xfinity sponsors the Ask Junior segment, and we're thankful for them and everything they've done for our sport and here for us at Dirty Mo Media. And they're waving the red flag on internet price hikes and raising the green flag for savings. You get the speed and reliable Wi-Fi that you need, all in one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. We'll see y'all later. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
All right, y'all, it's time for the Dirty Mo Dose segment brought to you by FanDuel. Russell has called in to give us his expert advice. The favorites, according to Vegas, going into Daytona. Daytona, such a tough one to spend money on. You got Byron and Blaney at plus 850, Logano at 1,100, Reddick, Bell, Elliott at 1,200, Larson and Cindric at 1,600. Larson hanging around there in the top 6 or 7. Who are some of the drivers that consistently perform better at these drafting tracks?
I love that you said that. I'm getting you.
At these tracks where the drafting occurs.
I have changed you. I love it.
Tracks like
it's just in the notes. He's just reading
Michigan.
the paper. He's just reading the paper.
Yeah, tracks like Michigan.
No, we don't have
big draft.
The rules are different. The rules are different at these tracks.
Huge.
That's why we
well, then why don't
together.
you call them the different rules tracks?
Hey, I was walking to the roof and some guy walking by. Some guys, hey, is this a short track?
Yeah,
said it's a big short track.
All right, who are some of the drivers that traditionally do well at the drafting tracks? There was Reddick we mentioned at 1,200. Obviously, I think he has a chance.
2 of the last 4. Yep, I like him.
He has a chance.
Oh my
gosh. Go for it.
My surprise that you haven't mentioned is Chris Buescher.
Yeah.
Spitting top 10 in 6 of the last 7 at Daytona, top 10 in 5 of the last 7 on drafting tracks. He's won here.
All right. So I hear you there, all right, on Chris Buescher. Can he finish in the top 10? Boy, it sure sounds like it. Priest was one of those guys as well for a while. A while. He's not on your board anymore.
No, but not in close.
I'm just saying, Buescher to me is just like Priest used to be. He's just going to figure it out. He's winning the race? I'm not so sure. But can he run 8th, 7th, 6th? Yeah, a lot. I mean, if we're trying to bet top 10s, I think you got to put Chris Buescher in a parlay. But at what odds are you going to get Chris Buescher at a top 10? Probably not very good.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Blaney's on the top of my list then.
I don't have on the predictor. You've got a hot list, you got a cold list, then you got your sleepers. I don't think Chris Buescher running in the top 10 every time they go to Daytona deserves the hot label.
So what do you want in the hot? Like
give me a guy that you think's gonna win.
Ryan Blaney. I think Ryan Blaney's gonna win.
Dude, he ain't in your hot, your cold, or your sleeper.
I knew you were gonna read him, so I'd have something different than you.
Damn it.
You can get
but you're giving this information to all of the people in NASCAR. Your broadcasters. You're just screwing everybody over.
Yeah. I mean, I got it too.
You can get Buescher plus money for top 10.
There you go.
There you go. I want it. Buescher, put Buescher in my top 10 parlay.
Dale's fake top 10 because he can't bet.
Yeah. Carson Hocevar, you have him as one of your hot drivers. I mean, I get it. 3 top 5s in 4 drafting track races. That's the most of all drivers this year. Winner at Talladega in April. I feel like if he can just not short circuit in the middle of the race because somebody looked at him the wrong way, I think we got a shot here. Would you pair Buescher and Hocevar for top 10s?
That's a tough one.
What's the numbers on Hocevar for a top 10?
Minus 110.
And it was plus money on Buescher?
Yeah, so you're getting plus 281.
I'm not putting Hocevar in.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I need another driver to throw in this top 10 parlay. You got William Byron cold, man. He's got some success
I know, but not lately.
Didn't he win the Daytona 500?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah. All right. Denny Hamlin, you have him as cold as well. One of the best restricted plate racers currently in the whole series.
Yeah, but he hasn't had a top 10 at Daytona in the next gen.
All right.
But what about the fact that he can do whatever?
Stop it.
Here we go.
No.
We're moving on.
I have a serious
Denny
question.
We're moving on. No,
But
we're moving
Denny-
on. We're moving on.
But Denny.
Chase Elliott, you have him as a sleeper.
Yeah,
All right, you got 4 top 5 finishes in the last 8 drafting tracks. Could we take Atlanta off the list, and that would give me a better, confident understanding of how to bet?
Wasn't Chase right there at the end of the Daytona 500?
I
yeah,
feel
and
like
he won his duel too this year.
Atlanta skews my feelings about all this a little bit, having Atlanta's statistics involved.
But they relate.
They relate what?
Not really.
They relate. I thought you said they are late. They relate. The tracks don't race the same. Daytona and Atlanta race different.
Atlanta shouldn't even be in the same category to me as Daytona.
It's its own thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's
a
its own
hybrid.
deal. It is.
You ought to call Atlanta the hybrid
It
track.
is.
It's a hybrid. Give me some hybrid stats.
It's
Okay.
Leave Daytona Talladega alone.
Take Atlanta out. It doesn't mix. It
We're
does not
ruining-
mix.
We're ruining
So
his
when
day.
we go to Atlanta, can I include Daytona and Talladega?
No. You just include Atlanta results.
Because they're not the
same.
Don't draft the same. They don't work the same. They don't strategize the same. Like at Daytona Talladega, it's all this fuel mileage crap. None of that really happens.
What is
in
the
Atlanta.
same? What does Talladega and Atlanta have in common? That you draft.
rule
Well, you
package.
drafted all the tracks.
He loves to mention the rule package.
I don't care about the roll package. How does it race?
Fans don't care about the rules. They don't
How
care
does it
about the
race?
package.
Like the racing is what yours should be.
The racing is very similar.
Isn't the package
you look
different?
at
It is not similar.
Very similar.
Not at all.
I don't know what races you watch.
At Daytona Talladega, they ride around 60% throttle for the whole day. They do not do that at Atlanta at all.
It's not even.
Because
not
they
even
might
close.
when they're at it. They might when the car starts to handle bad.
This was a setup today. I was set up.
Man, you
dose of
you
reality.
you faced the damn truth.
I
That's
know.
what happened. It's not a setup. This is what walking into the truth feels like.
If you would accept reality, it wouldn't be a setup.
I'm messing. All right, let's move on. So we've got Busher in our top 10 parlay. I like putting William Byron in it. I do, man. Can he win the race? I don't know, but I bet you his ass is sitting about 8th coming down the back straightaway like he was when he won Daytona.
Yeah, probably like 10th.
Well, whatever. 10th is good enough. We still win the bet.
Still won, yeah.
So one of these days, Denny Hamlin's got to bust through, man, because I love this guy on the restrictor plate track.
You just told Travis to shut up.
Can I ask the question I want to
Here
ask?
he goes.
I don't like Denny in the cold. Can we get a lukewarm? Can we get a room temperature?
He's got nothing to lose this weekend too. He can race for the win.
Yeah, whatever. Can we go for the? Can we get a hot? Can we get a top 10 group?
So you really think Denny's going to be up there dicing it up?
That's
No.
that's really what I want in the next notes, and he'll do it. If I ask him to do it, he'll
he
totally
will.
do it.
Yep.
Hot.
Next week.
I like hot, cold, sleeper, and then give me a
Lukewarm.
give me a. His ass ain't gonna win, but he'll get you a top 10. Make it rhyme. His ass ain't gonna win, but he'll get you a top 10.
I like that. Russ, I have a non-Denny Hamlin question.
Yeah.
Ryan Preece is basically the only driver below the cut line that has a chance. Do we think that he can do anything to find his way in to the chase?
Who?
He's
Ryan
gonna have
Preece.
to win. He's gonna have to win, which he hasn't. So, and nobody's ever like won both stages and won the race in this style of racing. Especially,
You think
for
he needs to win
Atlanta.
both? You think he needs to win both stages and the race?
Basically, yeah.
I think if he
Unless
gets stage
SVP
points,
goes out early.
if he finishes top 5 first 2 stages and there's some attrition at the end, it could get really close, couldn't it?
Oh,
Don't-
for sure.
Yeah.
But
I mean, betting Priest to win would be fun. As if you're want to be entertained.
I don't feel like it's that far fetched. I think Ryan could be really competitive here. He's been good at plate races before.
Yep. I might not bet. Would you bet? Let me ask you this. So Shane Van Gisbergen, he needs to finish. He just needs to come home in one piece, right? So he ain't going to race for a stage point, ideally, right? He should. He shouldn't. He might end up finishing up there, but
Yeah.
You don't know. I mean, if they go up there and they get a good stage finish, they're kind of locking themselves in.
That's what I was thinking.
But the idea is that he's very careful and probably chills. This gives me some top 10 vibes. I know that I know that he needs to just get home, right? And just grab a handful of points and go home. But what if this is a shit show and they tear up a bunch of shit and he's sitting there missing all the kind of chilling, not doing anything stupid, and then he's just kind of gifted this 9th or 8th or 7th place finish. We've seen that happen.
He's lukewarm
so many times.
He's lukewarm.
Yeah, he's definitely lukewarm.
That's it. I mean, I'm not saying he's
no.
any better.
I agree with you.
I think I would put.
He's right there.
What's a top 10 SVG? Just by itself.
235.
Yeah. Plus.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd bet that. I'd do that by itself. I'd do a Priest victory. What's his odds to win?
To win?
Yeah. What do you think?
Plus 4,000.
Priest to win. I mean, I'm only put small 1 unit on it.
And when he says 1 unit, he puts 0 units.
Yeah, like $5.
I mean, all it takes is the right push at the right time. The last
$1, $2.
I mean, that's it.
Nothing. Everything under.
When was RFK's last win?
I don't
TJ?
care. Listen,
just...
I'm not saying he's going to win. It's super unlikely, obviously, because of the odds. They think so too. Are you wanting to have fun Sunday or Saturday? Are you wanting to enjoy watching the race? Do you want to make it more enjoyable? Put $1 on Priest to win. If he absolutely wins this race and he's standing there advanced into the chase, and you've made yourself $400.
Yeah. I
bet you $1 or $2 on Priest to win. I would go for a single bet on SVG for a top 10.
Priest will have more help. I mean, Brad will be pushing him.
It's possible. Yep. And then I would do the Busher, maybe Busher, and give me any of these guys right here. Byron, Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Byron, Hamlin, or Chase Elliott. Put any one of those three in a top 10 parlay with Busher. That'd be nice.
It would.
Well, let me throw out another name. What about Stenhouse?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Always got a shot. I like Stenhouse's odds to be leading this race with 30 to go. I mean, will he finish the race, period? I'm not sure. But at some point, he's going to be sitting there with a lead.
Yeah, at some
late.
point. Usually Ricky starts to shine when he misses the first couple wrecks, and then he's good at doing that. Like, he'll find his way up there at some point.
And they don't need stage points. Doesn't it allow them to do a little more things creatively with fuel to give him that chance to sort of do the leapfrogging needed late.
Yep, restart behind him.
Yep, and then take control of the race. That's kind of how I see him doing it. Or they go for it, right, and run a risky fuel mileage that has them a lap or two short that they have to figure out.
I think if he plays the first 2/3 of the race just smart and misses wrecks, and then you narrow the field down some, and then Ricky's good. I mean, Ricky's a great plate racer.
Absolutely.
So
Ricky, unlike Denny, has been able to continue and transcend the next gen car. Still good.
Plus 125 top 10.
Daytona.
Denny Bros ain't camping there, are they?
Yeah.
What's he to win?
Plus 2,800.
I don't know. What's $1?
I almost like that better than Priest.
So do the Vegas odd makers. Thank you for that. Breaking news. Well, I appreciate it, Russell, man. That's pretty good. I think we got some good bets to have fun with. We also have some featured matchups to go over real quick just before we let you go. Tyler Reddick versus Chase Elliott.
Reddick.
Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace.
Ooh, that's a real good one. I like Blaney, though.
All right. SVG, Priest.
I'm going to go with SVG because I think Priest is going to push
himself
more than SVG would.
Okay. I think
so. You're laying up.
All
Way
right.
to go, Russ.
Zilisch, Hocevar.
Hocevar.
Yeah.
Zilisch, I think he has 8 or 9 DNFs for accident this season.
Oh boy,
tough.
All right, y'all. That's the featured matchups. This is the Dirty Moto segment brought to you by FanDuel, the premier gaming destination of the United States. All right, everybody, thanks for listening to us here in the Arby's studio. Don't forget about Arby's new Meat and 3 box. You get more meal for your money at Arby's. We have the meats. It's a great show. Thank you, TJ.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you coming through. This is a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.